Days of Our Lives, explosive secrets, forbidden passion, and a reckoning at the door. Oh, Salem, you never fail to deliver the kind of heart-pounding drama that keeps us glued to our screens day after day. Just when we think the tangled webs of deception, revenge, and red-hot affairs couldn't get any more twisted, Days of Our Lives cranks the heat up to scorching levels. The latest powder keg ready to explode centers squarely on Xander Cook, the dashing yet dangerously flawed rogue we've loved to root for, and sometimes against, and the devastating collision course he's on with his fiancée Gwen. At the heart of it all, none other than the queen of schemes herself, Kristen DiMera. Yes, folks, things are heating up more than ever as we're about to witness Gwen discovering Xander's secret affair with Kristen behind her back. Buckle up, because this is the kind of storyline that reminds us why we've been devoted to this show for decades. For those who have followed the intricate saga of the DiMera and Kyriakis empires, this latest twist feels both shocking and eerily inevitable. Xander has always walked a fine line between redemption and relapse into his criminal ways. From his days as a scheming mercenary to his more recent attempts at building a legitimate life with Gwen, the man carries the weight of his past like a shadow that refuses to fade. Gwen, for her part, has fought tooth and nail for stability. After years of her own cons, heartbreaks, and family betrayals, finding what she believed was true love with Xander seemed like her hard-won happily ever after. But in Salem, happiness is often just a setup for the next devastating reveal. Let's rewind a bit to set the stage properly. Recently, Kristen, ever the master manipulator with ice in her veins and fire in her ambitions, has approached Xander with a new, deadly scheme. She wants him to kill DiMera. That's right. Eliminate her own brother, or at least the man currently holding the keys to the DiMera throne. Why? Because in Kristen's world, power, control, and personal vendettas always trump blood ties. has been a thorn in her side, blocking her from the family fortune and influence she craves. And who better to enlist than Xander, a man with the skills, the grudges, and the moral flexibility to get the job done. What started as a business proposition laced with threats quickly reignited something far more dangerous, their simmering illicit passion. Yes, Xander and Kristen are not just plotting murder, they're continuing their secret affair with reckless abandon. The chemistry between them is the kind that Days of Our Lives does best, volatile, addictive, and utterly destructive to everyone in their orbit. Xander, torn between the safe, supportive love Gwen offers and the thrilling darkness Kristen awakens in him, finds himself pulled deeper into the abyss. Kristen, with her sultry confidence and unyielding determination, knows exactly which buttons to push. Their encounters are charged with the kind of intensity that makes longtime viewers whisper, "Here we go again." Picture this: a dimly lit hotel room on the outskirts of Salem, far enough from prying eyes, but close enough to feel the constant risk of exposure. The air is thick with tension and desire. Xander, his shirt half unbuttoned, his rugged features etched with a mix of guilt and exhilaration, stands near the window, glancing out at the rainy Salem night. Kristen, dressed in something slinky and expensive that screams both seduction and danger, lounges on the bed with that signature DiMera smirk. They've just finished going over the details of the hit whispers of alibis, potential weapons, and the payoff that could secure Xander's future, or doom it. But business quickly gives way to pleasure. Their embrace is fierce, years of unresolved history pouring out in passionate kisses and whispered promises that neither fully believes. They're lost in the moment, bodies entwined, when the pounding starts. Bang. 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 The sharp knocks on the hotel door cut through the intimacy like a knife. Xander freezes, his heart hammering in his chest. Kristen pulls back slightly, her eyes narrowing in that calculating way she has, already assessing the threat. Outside, Gwen's voice echoes through the wood, furious, desperate, and laced with suspicion. "I know you're in there, Xander." "Open this door right now," Gwen insists, her British accent sharpening with every word. She's not the type to back down, especially not when her instincts scream that something is terribly wrong. Maybe she followed him after noticing his evasive behavior, lately late nights, unexplained absences, the scent of another woman's perfume clinging faintly to his clothes. Gwen has always been perceptive, a survivor who learned the hard way not to ignore red flags. She pounds again, louder this time, her fist aching, but her resolve unbreakable. I can hear you moving around. Don't you dare try to hide from me. I'm not leaving until you open up. The scene is pure soap opera gold. Inside the room, panic sets in. Xander, pulling on his clothes haphazardly, exchanges a frantic look with Kristen. This wasn't supposed to happen, he might mutter, his Scottish brogue thick with stress. Kristen, ever composed, even in crisis, might suggest hiding or slipping out a back way, but the hotel layout offers no easy escape. The banging intensifies. Gwen's voice rises, drawing the attention of other guests perhaps, or a nosy hotel staffer who could make things even messier. It's quite possible, likely, even that Gwen will burst in and find Kristen and Xander together, exposing them both in the most humiliating, devastating way imaginable. Imagine the moment the door finally swings open. Gwen's eyes widening in horror as she takes in the disheveled bed, Kristen's triumphant yet wary expression, and Xander's guilty stance. The air would crackle with betrayal. How could you? Gwen would cry, her voice breaking in that raw, emotional way that actress Emily O'Brien delivers so powerfully. Tears streaming, she might lash out, not just verbally, but perhaps physically, shoving Xander or confronting Kristen head-on. Will there be a fight? Oh, absolutely. This isn't a quiet confrontation, it's a full-blown Salem showdown. Gwen and Kristen have history too, clashes over men, schemes, and survival. Words would fly like daggers, accusations of manipulation, reminders of past crimes, declarations of love mixed with hatred. Xander, caught in the middle, would try to explain, to beg for forgiveness, but his charm might finally fail him. The emotional damage would ripple outward, Gwen's heart shattering, questioning every moment of their relationship, Kristen's satisfaction at causing chaos, Xander's realization that his double life has cost him everything. But let's expand on why this hit so hard for longtime fans. Xander's journey has been one of the most compelling on the show. From his introduction as a shady character tied to Victor Kiriakis, through his romance with Sarah Horton, his complicated bond with Maggie, and now this deep entanglement with Gwen, Xander embodies the struggle between light and dark. Pairing him with Kristen revives memories of her past entanglements with Brady, Eric, and others. She's the ultimate femme fatale, capable of genuine love but forever sabotaged by her DiMera instincts. Gwen, too, deserves our empathy. Her backstory of abandonment, her battles with addiction and identity, her growth into a stronger woman, all of it makes this betrayal cut deeper. Viewers who have cheered her evolution will feel every ounce of her pain. The writers have layered this storyline with callbacks to classic DOOL tropes, secret affairs in seedy hotels, pounding on doors during illicit trysts, explosive revelations that upend multiple families. As the dust settles from this confrontation, the fallout will be massive. How does this affect the Kiriakis clan? Will Victor's legacy, or the memory of it, play into Xander's decisions? What about EJ? Will the assassination plot move forward, or will Gwen's discovery derail everything? And let's not forget other interconnected characters. Sarah might re-enter the fray with her own feelings for Xander. Brady could get pulled back into Kristen's orbit. Even the police, hello. Rafe and Jada might sniff around the growing criminal activity. The beauty of Days of Our Lives lies in these slow burn builds that explode into weeks of must-watch episodes. This arc promises dramatic hospital scenes if injuries occur, tearful confessions, possible breakups followed by desperate reconciliations, and enough twists to keep us guessing. Will Xander choose Kristen and the dark path, or fight for redemption with Gwen? Will Kristen use the exposure to her advantage, perhaps blackmailing Xander further? Or could Gwen, in her rage, align with unexpected allies to take down both of them? Fan discussions online are already buzzing. Some speculate this could lead to a murder mystery where EJ's life hangs in the balance, forcing Xander into impossible choices. Others predict a pregnancy reveal or a custody battle down the line, classic soap staples. Whatever happens, the emotional depth is what keeps us invested. Xander's internal conflict, wanting the thrill with Kristen but craving the normalcy Gwen provides, mirrors real human struggles with temptation and loyalty, amplified to melodramatic heights. Let's dive deeper into the character psyches. Xander, haunted by his abusive father and the loss of his child with Sarah, often seeks validation in dangerous places. Kristen exploits that vulnerability masterfully. Their affair isn't just physical, it's a meeting of two scarred souls who understand each other's capacity for evil. In contrast, Gwen represents hope and healing, which terrifies Xander as much as it attracts him. The hotel room scene, with its rain-streaked windows and flickering lights, symbolizes the storm brewing in all their lives. As Gwen stands at that door demanding entry, the camera would linger on close-ups. Her trembling hand, Xander's sweat-beaded forehead, Kristen's calculating smile. The dialogue would crackle with history. "You swore it was over with her," Gwen might scream. Kristen's retort, "Darling, some connections you can't just end." Xander's pleas falling on deaf ears. The episode would likely end on a cliffhanger, Gwen pushing past Xander, the full reveal, a slap echoing, or perhaps Kristen slipping away while the lovers argue. Subsequent episodes would explore the immediate aftermath, Gwen packing her bags, confiding in friends like Jack or Jennifer, Xander drowning his sorrows at the pub, Kristen plotting her next move from the DiMera mansion. Broader Salem ripple effects can't be ignored. The DiMera Enterprise's power struggles intensify. Chad and Stephanie might get involved. Paulina and Abe could offer counsel. Even Teresa or Alex might stir the pot for their own gains. This storyline has legs for months, affair exposure leading to revenge plots, legal troubles if the murder scheme leaks, and heartfelt redemption arcs. Experienced viewers know Days of Our Lives excels at weaving personal drama with larger-than-life stakes. This isn't just about cheating, it's about loyalty, family, power, and the question of whether people can truly change. Xander's secret has been building for weeks through subtle hints, stolen glances, coded phone calls, late-night meetings disguised as business. The writers have done an excellent job planting seeds, making the impending explosion feel earned. In the days following the discovery, expect monologues dripping with emotion. Gwen sitting alone in their shared apartment, flashbacks playing of happier times with Xander, picnics, proposals, shared laughter. Xander confronting his reflection, questioning his choices. Kristen visiting him in secret, tempting him further. The tension will be unbearable, and that's exactly why we tune in. Will there be a physical fight? Picture Gwen lunging at Kristen, years of resentment boiling over. Security called. Xander pulling them apart. The hotel manager threatening to call the cops. It's visceral, raw, and unforgettable. Or perhaps it's more psychological, a war of words that cuts deeper than fists ever could, leaving emotional scars that linger for storylines to come. As we wait and see how this unfolds, one thing is certain, Days of Our Lives is delivering peak entertainment. The performances will be stellar, with the actors sinking their teeth into this material. Longtime fans will recall similar iconic door-banging moments from the show's history, think Sammy and EJ, or Bo and Hope's countless near misses. This one ranks right up there. The beauty of soap operas is their ability to mirror life's complexities through heightened drama. Betrayal hurts. Passion blinds. Redemption is possible, but never easy. Xander stands at a crossroads, and Gwen's discovery might be the catalyst he needs or the final nail in the coffin of their relationship. Stay tuned, Daisies. The next few weeks promise to be explosive. From the hotel hallway showdown to the boardroom battles and bedroom reconciliations, this arc has everything we crave: love, lies, and limitless drama. What will Gwen do with the truth? How will Xander spin his way out, if he even tries? And where does Kristen strike next? The answers will keep us coming back, episode after episode, because in Salem, the drama never dies, it just evolves into something even juicier.